One. Hi, everyone. This is Deborah Hancock with the GGFA. I'm here today with David Steele and Catherine Quinn from Sneeze It, one of our proud SPN members. We are recording a Know Your Supplier webcast with them, and sit back and get ready to enjoy learning a lot more about Sneeze It. David Steele is the Chief Viral Officer with the company, and he has put together a great presentation. David?
Thank you, Deborah. Hi, my name is Dave Steele with Sneeze It. As Deborah had mentioned, Sneeze It is a digital advertising company that's a little different than most. And I hope that after the presentation today, you can see the difference in how we approach our customers that may leave insight how to take your digital marketing to the next level. So we really only do 5 things at Sneeze It, and you'll see those 5 things cover a lot of different areas. First, we talk about strategy, which is what we do for our clubs. We don't work with a one-size-fits-all. Then we'll go into sales process of actually how things flow from our advertising into your systems. We'll talk about traffic, which are the ads, engagement, which is a lot of emails and communications out to your members and prospects, and ultimately results that we look for our clients. Something to understand about our company is we work and we live and breathe our values, which is delivering customers and members that want to do business with you. And because we work with such few industries, in particular, so focused on the fitness industry, we really understand what you're looking for and how best to attract the right prospect that will become members. Ultimately, our team works diligently to make sure you don't fail. And as you'll see, there's a lot more to our marketing than just marketing alone. So with that, let me kind of go into it. So our approach as a company is that we're set up into teams. Catherine Quinn, who's on the call, is a success coach. Her job is to make sure that everything is running smoothly and ultimately that you're receiving a return on investment for the work that we do. She works with a team of individuals that I'm proud to come to work and work with every day. An account manager that's your point of contact that makes sure everything runs smoothly within the team. In addition, a digital strategist to make sure all the ads that we place are in the right place and they're working well and really showing a return on that investment. A copywriter that does make sure all the copy is correct, and a graphic artist that makes it look really good. And you're going to see some of that work as we move forward a little bit. We get our customers up and running in 15 days or less. And this is important because, as you sign our agreements, the clock is ticking and we wanted to make sure that you see leads and prospects coming through your door almost immediately. And so we work diligently with introducing the team, bringing assets back and forth, analyzing what you're currently doing, coming up with a strategy, ultimately coming up with emails, ads, and landing pages to be creative. We'll show what that looks like in a bit. Presenting you this information, waiting for your feedback, and then ultimately launching it and managing the results going forward. We often say we're often pleased but never satisfied with the results. So we're always working harder to make sure that we deliver better and better results over time. Big question is, how long does it take to see a return on investment on the work we do? We say it takes about 90 days, only because leads don't close the first day they walk through the door, and this gives it time to kind of ramp up and start showing the work we do actually delivers the results you're looking for. So we partner from a digital platform perspective. We do Google ads, Facebook advertisements, Instagram ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads, Waze ads, and Bing ads. And each one of these platforms are meant for very specific purposes. So one size doesn't fit all where we do all of the platforms. We really look at everything from the advertising budget to what we're looking to accomplish to make sure we have the right ads running in the right place. We also work with the leading platforms, software platforms within the industry. We work with ABC Financial, Jonas, MindBody, ClubReady, and Dexco, as well as the CRM applications like Gym Sales, VFP, ClubOS, Frederick, InTouch, and LeadSpeak. We actually program these consistently for both the work that we do, the blast that we send out, and the automated campaigns that go through those systems. We also work with some of the leading gyms globally, Fitness Connection, Gold's Gyms, Export, Retro, and you can see the rest of them here without going through them. So we are very familiar with the gym space and what has to be done digitally to make sure that we have a success. So we start with strategy, and the reason why we start with strategy is we really dig deep into your systems And we look at our customer life cycle, which looks at, bringing somebody from an awareness stage to an evaluation, which usually comes in the form of a free 7-day pass or some type of paid trial. Then as they become satisfied and they join the club, we bring and we look at maximizing their spend within the club. Making sure that they get everything from upselling to PT to buying more shakes at the juice bar. In addition to this customer life cycle, we also look at existing leads that might be in your system, old customers that may have left in the form of "We Want You Back" campaigns, shared customers where you're actually sharing wallet share with other gyms in the area. We have to find that as we look and as we grow, we see members that belong to more than one club, and it's interesting to see how that data flows. So we start with the analysis. We look at, and this is kind of the analysis we use directly out of a Club OS, but we have a similar type of analysis for the other CRM applications. We look at your leads that come in walk-ins, leads that come in telephone inquiries, number of referrals that are done, your web leads that come in organically from paid social media, as well as AdWords and Bing ads. Then we look at the members that actually came from each one of those areas and the conversion rates. We compare those with other clubs that we do that are at similar price points, and we try to figure out and understand what can be made better and why conversions aren't working a certain way, to see if there's things that we need to work on within these systems. And that's kind of where the start of the strategy becomes, because we don't want to obviously send web leads in if the conversion rate is lower than we see on average. We first work on the systems in place to actually convert those leads before we actually turn those ads on. Then we look at the opportunities, for example, number of leads that are prospects, number of web leads, active guests, missed guests, expired guests. We also look, and then we create different promotions with those, as well as members that are active members, where we try to do a friends and family or household add-on or referral type process, delinquent members to collect payments from them, expired members or canceled members with "We Want You Back" campaigns. And each one of these campaigns that we do is ongoing on a monthly basis to maximize, obviously, the conversion rate across the board. And that's where the strategy and then the opportunities come into what's available currently. When we actually create ads, they go into this, obviously, into these buckets. So as ads get put on it, and they're all web-based, we'd have more web leads that come in, and we'd be looking at creating more web type of lead promotions as well. Then we look at the actual sales process. This is kind of the funnel that we use, which is the top of the funnel is search, emails, the website, pay-per-click. We bring those people to landing pages and sales pages, as well as join online pages to get them to convert, and obviously leading to sales and the analytics that need to come from that. Here's an example of an email that might be sent out on day 1 and day 3 in part of the sales process that we look forward and actually creating. Next, we look at traffic. And traffic are ads. And before we actually start ads, we start a competitive analysis within the organization, or for the competitors in your marketplace. And so we'll do a competitive analysis, and we can actually see and look into what's working in other clubs around the area. For example, if you have a World Gym or an Anytime Fitness, we would actually see what keywords they're using and what's working for them versus working for us, what's currently in place. We also look at what ads are running, and we actually can go in and see what ads that are the competition has been running previously, which ads are working, what are being served. So when we're actually looking at what ads we're looking to write, we have a basis. We're not just going in blindly and creating an ad and hoping it works. We actually make sure it does. So that is part of what extensively we do. Then we target people to what we call join online pages with those ads. And you'll see here are Google ads and Facebook ads going to an actual join landing page. And a landing page, you can think of as your website, but not really your website. It's a little more, I don't want to get too complicated to the technical words, but the customer thinks they're on your website, but actually they're on a page that we control and can change pretty quickly to make sure that we're getting things that are working. So if a button color needs to be changed or an offer needs to be changed, we change that. We also do capturing leads within this page as well, in case somebody just wants to try a free pass. And we also send them to to our clients. We do obviously to Jonas or to ABC to join online as well. We find that we can significantly increase the join online for a club. We think the future is that 30% of all of your membership eventually will be join onlines because it's just easier for the consumer and they're used to doing it, and they feel more comfortable actually doing the transaction because they can see all the numbers in front of them. Here's an example of a Gold's Gym in Long Branch, and this is an advertisement we're doing for them, and this one is for a free pass. When they click on the offer, there's a form to fill out, and that form fill actually goes right into Club OS or any other system that you might be using, like Gym Sales. And this way, it follows the same flow from your sales perspective as it would for if they went on your website and clicked something. The reason for it is there's one less click, and they can actually do it right in Facebook without leaving the page. Here's another copy of another ad for a free pass. And this might be for retargeting or for other type of ads that get done, but we do a few different advertising choices because we don't know what's going to work best. And as we A, B, C, D split test them, we start figuring out what works best and what brings us a lowest cost of lead acquisition. And here's another. And then from there, the lead acquisition page or the lead acquisition generation ad actually goes into a form fill, which is shown on the middle slide, and ultimately the person gets a free pass. And if they clicked on view our website, we would send them to a join online right from there, so they can join online without. We find that some people bypass the process altogether. We have a club up in Canada, Gold's Gym, that can't actually do the join online. So we actually gather the information on the landing page so it's easier and it flows through. We have translation services here as well. We find that there's a lot of markets that are underserved. As we see in some of the clubs as we go down south and Midwest, Spanish ads do very, very well at decreasing the cost per lead acquisition, and it's an underserved market that I can tell you that your competition is probably not going after. And here's yet another page where somebody can click on the deal and go right into ABC. You'll notice from the ABC part of it is that we bypass everything else. We put all the coupon codes in, all the plan codes, so that they can go right into the actual shopping cart without having to click any other button. And we find that works really, really well. And then we do engagement emails and texts. So when we look at, going back to the strategy is when we're doing the actual emails, we're looking at what email is going to work best and what email to run at a particular time. So we come up with things like, this is one that was done just on Monday, a flash sale with no enrollment and no contract. And we do all the artwork and all the graphics, and we put all the systems in place. We actually hit the send button as well. So everything that gets within the system itself, we take care of it from soup to nuts. Here's another one to active members, to actually add a family member, and again, just went out recently. And here's another one to active members with 1 day left. We find that countdowns work really, really well. So sending the email or in a different way 3 times gets results that we normally wouldn't see if we just sent it once. So you'll see oftentimes when you're dealing with us that we'll do countdowns, because as it progresses to the end of the countdown, we see an increase of sales generated in our join onlines and foot traffic as well. And here's one as well for expired or canceled members to we want you back. Again, another way to kind of tackle the problem of getting members through the door, and old members to come back if they've left for another club or a club that doesn't have as many amenities. It's a great way to kind of say, hey, we're still here, we'd love to have you. And here's another, we want you back as well. At the end of the day, all the things that we do have to be measured. And we create these dashboards that measure the results for our clients, which is, cost per lead, cost per join online click, how many join onlines are happening, how many leads are being converted, what ads are working best. We are, consistently trying to drive these numbers better, right? So from obviously the cost per lead is important, because then we can actually drive those leads into sales and members. And then, so depending on what we see as our averages for our industry, we keep working at all the different buckets to try to drive the cost per lead, cost per member down as low as possible. And we look at doing things that are kind of unique. Some of the things that we don't show here or didn't show you within the slide deck here is even when we create ads and we have ads going to landing pages, we use trackable 800 numbers so that we can actually know which ad they came from, as well as we can listen to what actually transpired at the front desk or when they were transferred to sales. Then obviously Catherine gets involved with actually looking at how to make that more successful. Ultimately, our work, it doesn't stop at the front door. Our job stops at the cash register. Anything that we can do to make our clients more successful is what we do. And that is Sneeze It in a nutshell. My name is David Steele. Catherine Quinn's on the phone. I don't know, Catherine, did I think I covered everything?
I think you got it all, David. We love our Golds family.
Excellent. So Catherine is your contact for all of our Golds clients. She works extensively with Golds and has a extensive knowledge of the franchise. And we're happy to entertain any inquiries and look forward to talking to you in the future. And thank you, Deborah.
Great. Thank you, David and Catherine. This is so fascinating. It's amazing, everything that you do, and, just how you've incorporated all of the marketing artwork and all of the steps, to support franchisees in their marketing and lead generation. I did want to ask a couple of quick things, David. I don't know if the franchisee would have this question or not, but for owners of multiple locations, maybe their facilities are in the same market, or maybe they're a little bit of a distance apart, but still in the same, general area. Do you customize the services for each location? Because in the beginning, when you're analyzing things and looking at all of the ways you measure what their needs are, would they typically have a unique package of services for each of their locations with you?
It's not so much a unique package of services. It's usually a unique strategy. And the reason why I say that is that when we dive into their systems, and we do everything from, when we start to shopping the club and actually calling in, or filling out a lead form that currently exists to see what happens. And we often find that there are differences, even if clubs are next door to each other, to how things are handled, usually depending on the general manager and their control within the facility. And so when we go with that approach that one size doesn't fit all, we start with the overarching strategy and saying, okay, this is what the numbers look like, but then we drill down on a club by club level as well, and ultimately look what's going to work. So for example, we might have more of a retention play for one club because they're losing members versus an acquisition for another club that needs more members.
Okay, gotcha. That makes perfect sense, and I appreciate that. And so the promotions, some of the examples you showed, if someone owned multiple locations, those would not be, going out at the same time to multiple locations, because you would, with a customized strategy, there might be different messages going out.
And there may be different offers as well. They may be different offers, right? It may be one club is higher priced because of the area they're in versus another club. Mm-hmm. Or one club is doing very, very well during the month and doesn't really need to lower their price or have a special while another club does. And we work with them, the club, to make sure that we execute a strategy that works best for them.
Okay, true. Well, again, thank you both so much. This is our program, the Know Your Supplier webcast program, designed to help GGFA members just learn more about our suppliers. So I think this has been really, really valuable for the franchisees that watch this in the future. Thanks so much, David and Catherine.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deb.